Hi, Claire. Look at that pig. What's he doing out here? A pig out here? That's what I was saying. Must have broken out his pen. I wonder who it belongs to. I want to depict the mural as accurately as possible. I have to go down the shaft myself. The entrance is so steep. No one's used it in years. There must be some way to get down there. If I rigged a rope on the top beams, I'd be able to get down more easily. I saw some rope in the workshop at home. I need to be able to find I should be able to find everything I need there. I'll have to come back later. Alright. The salt mine. We're gonna find super duper crazy secrets down there. It's gonna be the most enlightening thing. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be like, oh, I get it. And I assume we can't go, like, over where we found that one thing. It's over here. Yeah. Wait, who are we asking for help? What? I'm confused. Oh, we got more objectives. No cat. The cat's gone. Boo. Hey, who's in the inn? No, they're still there. Who's that? Oh, Nico. I'm not gonna talk to them. They don't know anything about the history. Where's the workshop thingy? Is that this? Here's the rope. Should be enough rope. With a sturdy knot, I'll brace myself against the mine shaft on my way down. Okay, I got a bad feeling about this. Is that all I needed? Okay, I guess we'll go over there. Oh, we're gonna ask for tinkering help.
I have a feeling some bad stuff is about to go down.
We'll see. Well, I haven't seen any cats. Hey, there's Spoony Carl! It's Spoony Carl! Who's that guy? Magdalene. Magdalene. Yes? The cinnamon just arrived for the beer. Cinnamon, doesn't that come from Ceylon? Yes. Yeah, great cost. Oh, never mind that. The copper pots you helped me pipe are part of the process. Oh, I thought it was something more serious. Magdalene, making beer is quite serious. Anyway. This is for the Christmas celebration. Already? We're barely into November. The wheel of time stops for no man. But it's going to be wonderful. cinnamon, coffee from Ethiopia, cacao from the New World. Whatever that means. He who has the money can do everything. Problem? Of course not. It's your money. Anyway, I'm quite excited about it. Clearly. As such, alchemy is not normally my strong suit. And for all that Nizio's complaints about the costs, the base rye we're using is free. Really? Yes. The farmers had so much rye this year they couldn't use it all. Gret made as much bread with it as she could, but she wound up having to throw a lot out. So why not make beer? Yes, why not? Thank you. Do you know Tenzing's salt mines? I need to find a way in. Any chance you could help me? To get into the salt mines, yes, you must be on quite the adventure. Ideally, we could rig up a double pulley system to lower and raise yourself in the shaft. But that might take a while. Well, I'd like to go today if possible. Of course, of course. Would a good length of rope suffice? You could brace against the wall of the mine shaft. Are you strong enough to support your own weight? Against the wall? I think so. Excellent. Thank you, Baltus. Of course, of course. Here you go. Do be careful, though. Make sure the ropes are secure. I will, until later. Good luck, Magdalene. So we got 2 pieces of rope, or what? Who are you? Who's that guy? I don't even know who that guy is. Or, we didn't even have to do that. We had 2 options, and we just... Well, we didn't talk to Spoony Carl. Hey, Spoony Carl. Oh, he didn't say anything. Clickety click. What do you think of getting frogs for? What do you think of getting frogs for? Gotta wonder. Well, here we go. Am I gonna die? I have my rope to climb down, but this could take a while. Should I head in? It's gonna take a while, so we're gonna do it. We've done everything else. What are you doing? Don't you have to, like, hook the rope up or something? Oh, there we go. We're just going with a simple knot, huh? Do you have a light source? With that owl. Oh, this doesn't look too bad, actually. Okay, there's a lantern down here. What do you know? No, I didn't forget about that. Well, that was the rope was just the perfect length, too. Well, that was convenient. There's a lot of different coins down here. How odd. It's not like this is a saint's well. Oh, a tablet. There's writing on it. Oh, it's a poem. I think it's a love note. Rising passion. Oh, this looks like a larger version of some of Balta's contraptions. This winch must have been attached to some sort of hauling and pulling system. Fascinating. Oh, this is a dead end. Actually, this is pretty interesting. What are we gonna find? Now that I'm down here, I should see what I can find. I didn't read all that. Oh, bones. They're far too big to be human. There's a cave. Oh, what's this? I can pick up. Piece of pottery. It's beautiful. Oh, I guess I'll go cave. This is cool. Ooh. Another piece of pottery. Another shard. Oh, here's another one. Let's just get some shards. Well, they're all from the same pot. Why would they be all from the same pot? That doesn't even make sense. What's this? Oh, these must be the kind of figurines still in the other farmers find in the fields. I think that there are so many remnants of our ancestors scattered in the fields and caves like this. This mine looks pretty intact, I must say. Ooh, another piece. Ooh, piece of candy. There's another piece. This thing. Blind inscription here. It says, I don't know. Tassia. It says Tassia something. An axe and a bucket. Oh, we go down here. Okay, I didn't know that. Oh, this looks like a Roman map of Tazing. I wonder what's changed. Let's see if I can map everything out. There's the aqueduct and the spring and the abbey. There's an old fort up on the hill and the rest of the town. Wait, what's this building? I don't recognize it. Mithrium? I don't know that word. I can't quite tell what's it's meant to label on the map. Maybe some sort of temple? Well, whatever it is, it's not Tazing anymore. That's so odd. Ooh, this piece looks like it matches the other ones. Am I gonna have to put it together? Another description. It's not very formal. Or I must have carved it. It's a word. Mithraeum. It must be important to the Romans. What does that even mean? It almost looks like an altar, but what would an altar be doing on a salt mine? It's even carved out of salt. I think it's a statue of Mithras. He's usually depicted with a dagger and torch. It's less detailed than I expected. Well, it's like a stick figure, you know? Nope. This pottery is scattered everywhere. More Latin writing. It's pretty neat. Must say, new places. I like new places. I like exploring. It's so cool. Getting another pottery piece. I have a lot of these. I should find out if they're all from the same pot. Hey, look, we do. We get to do a puzzle. Why would they all be from the same pot? Like, seriously. Doesn't even make sense. But I think they are. It's gonna be challenging. This is like it's gonna be somewhat challenging. Bam! Look at that. I don't want it there. Put it over here. Stop it! Okay, whatever. This interface is kind of jank. Okay, fine. Put it down here then. Whatever. Put it right there. I don't want it there. That goes there. I think goes. No, maybe it doesn't go there. Oh, it does go there. Yeah. Okay. I don't know where this one goes. Oh wait, I think it does go here actually. Oh, we'll put it there. It might go there. I think this one goes here. Like that, yeah. Okay. Things are coming up, Millhouse. Things are coming up, Millhouse here. Right there.
Everything's coming up, Millhouse.
Somebody with a knife. Goes there like that. I must have found all of them, huh? Goes there. That one was actually difficult to see just because of this thing in the middle. I don't know why that thing's in the middle there. Oh, and this one goes here. So we just got the bottom part. This guy looks dead. He's dead. Got it. The figures in this pot lid look like they're telling a story. These paintings must depict an early myth even before the Romans. Let's see, this must be Perchta, and those must be forest spirits, part of the wild hunt. Oh god. The next part looks like a human sacrifice. Someone, maybe a chieftain, is sacrificing a man? The bottom half of the lid continues the story. These look like spirits. They must be coming in to feast on the sacrifice. That must be how our ancestors tried to keep Tasting safe. They offer sacrifices. I think that our ancestors made this and I'm holding it now. Maybe this is what I can paint in the mural. This is part of our history, but I'm not sure it's the best story to portray. I'll have to think more about it before I decide for certain. Alright, I better keep going before I run out of oil in my lamp. It's not your lamp. We put together that. I'm guessing that was optional. Hey look, there's a thing. Oh, a cave-in. The wood here looks newer than the first part of the mine. Is collapse recent? Well, we can't go any further. I won't be able to go any further with all the rubble. I suppose this is as far as I can go. Still, the murals on the wall showed me passing was like when the Romans were here. I wonder if I can find out where the Mithraeum was, or what it is. And putting the pottery shard back together showed me one of the earliest stories of tassing. I think I've seen everything I can in here. My oil is running out. Time to climb back out. Alright, we did it. We did it. We went spelunking or whatever. And we'll just leave the link. Whoa. Ah! Wait, who's that? Hello? Is someone there? I better get out of here. I get out of the shaft before another rock comes crashing down. Somebody tried to kill me. See that? Someone tried to kill me. It kind of looked like Peter, but I don't think it was. But who knows? Who was that? Just because he looked like an old guy with a beard. Even Apollo and Artemis would have helped me out of there. Well, now that I have some more information, I can make some decisions on the first section of the mural. Should get back to the rat house and get to work. One o'clock. Go to the rat house. Hey, whose pig is this? You. Yes. I'm Holler Brant, the Lord's gamekeeper. Why are you grazing pigs in the woods? I'm not. It's not my pig. I'm the printer's daughter. I didn't ask your name. I asked you why you're grazing pigs out here. Answer me. It's not my pig. I've been walking around this forest for hours. Other than the charcoal burner and the tinker, you're the only person I've seen. If the pig doesn't belong to you, what are you doing here? I was in the salt mine. Doing what? Wait, I don't care. Just tell me whose pig this is. I don't know. The pig was in the woods when I came here. A mysterious lost pig who apparently belongs to no one. I suppose so. If I find any more pigs in this woods, I'll kill them on the spot. And those who brought them here. Do you understand? Yes? Good. Remind your neighbors what happens when you break the Lord's laws. Well, I knew the Lord's men patrol these woods, but I've never seen one before. I didn't realize they were so strict. I suppose I should consider myself lucky. Anyway, time to get out of these woods and back to work. Poor pig. He didn't do anything. And now he's just dead. I feel like we should take the pig. But it's probably too heavy to carry. Oh, you didn't hear that shot? Alright. Alright. I kinda did see meeting him coming, but I didn't expect him to shoot the pig. Oh yeah, I'm not going back home. I'm going to the rat house. Or rat house. Rat house. What am I gonna... So I'm guessing I'm gonna have to decide what to paint. And also I noticed the clock there. We haven't even started yet? Oh man. This is rough. Hey Mags, how's the mural coming along? Magdalene. Would you let it go, Mags? It's so much easier. No auto Zimmerman, I can't. Don't call me... Fine. Anyway, Magdalene, how's the mural going? Don't look like much yet. Neither do you, but the town has learned to accept it over the last 18 years. Get wrecked. Anyway, I just finished printing the wall, priming the wall. Now I have to decide what to depict. It's hard to piece together the history of Tanzing when it happened so long ago. Oh, I forgot to sit down and read the book! As the Abbey Library burned, I can only rely on stories from people around Tanzing. Even what I could find out about the Romans and pagans was obscure. I had to go into the old salt mine to find anything. Maybe I can read it tonight. At least I know what to paint for the first part of the mural. So what is it? Smokey told me a story about the god Mars, the wolf and nymph, and how the spring is blessed. Legend about a chieftain who healed a wolf that led him into our spring. Recreated what I've found in the mine and showed our ancestors made human sacrifice. No, we're not going to do that one. I'll do the Peter one. They're kind of the same story. Huh, really? Is that how we all got here? Kind of sounds like the story I heard about a saint. I don't think I've heard it. Sorry. So you made what made you choose this story anyway? I like that it's about the founding of Tanzing. Everyone knows knows the spring in the woods. I guess that's true. We all know that it's old and that it's always been here. So this just tells the story about how he found it. Thanks for explaining it. Of course, I want you to all understand why I'm making the choices. Well, now I figured out the portion of the mural. Better start thinking about the next section. I'll leave you to it. Magdalene. Good night, waits. Good night, Magdalene. Oh, is he actually gonna call me the right name now? I didn't read the book. Maybe I'm gonna... Oh yeah. Now that I've decided how to depict its early history, I should decide how to paint Kursau's history. Letter mentioned that used to be a... Oh yeah, I want to write him. He said he knew a great deal about the Abbey's history. I should write to him and ask him what he remembers. Oh, and I have the letter to answer too. I should write them both now before I go to bed. Oh, before I write, I should read the old book. Okay, there we go. They all learned something pertinent from the murals. Where do we read the book? No, that's sleep. I don't want to sleep. Oh, here we go. No. Where do we go to read? Where's a good reading area? Let's check on him first, I guess. How's he doing? Hello, Magdalene. Oh, he just says, hello, Magdalene. Okay. How do I read the book? Where do I go to read the book? Maybe I just sit at the desk and read it? I don't know. Said I should read the book, but I don't see where to read it at. Maybe I have to. Well, the bed it says sleep, but I don't want to sleep yet. It says I'm not tired right now. Did I miss a thing I can click on? Maybe if I click right, I'll read the book. I don't know. But it says write, not read. I'm confused. Maybe I'll just read it when it's a little bit janky if that's true. Oh yeah, okay. I will read the book. It says write, not read. Can't make much out of it. The Latin is much harder than I'm used to. The book isn't in good shape either, since it's been sitting in a farmer's house for so long. Let's see. Oh, here's a section about the various dedications erected in town. That might be easier to read. Here we go. This one seems like a dedication to Mars to bless a field. It's the Dick Diana. This one talks about Diana wetting herself, bathing in the spring, maybe. One. Let us pray so that he or she really may defend the town. None of this really makes any sense. Maybe someone with better Latin than me could help me read it. The book is so big, though. It'd be a lot of work. I could ask Sister Gertrude or Baltus for help. Werner, too. He's much better at Latin than anyone else in town. Maybe even Father Thomas, even though Dad warned me not to bother him with secular books. Chances are slim they could help, but it might be worth asking about. I should finish writing my letters first. Mother Illuminata told me that Mathau... Is that Mathau or Matthew? Is that just a weird way to spell Matthew? Matthew knew of the Abbey's early history. He's the Archdeacon. I could write him before the snow come. I'll write to Esther, too. Alright. Now we're writing. Most Reverend Archdeacon. My name is Be, and I am the daughter of Tanzing's town printer Klaus. My father and I were creating a mural for going to show the history of the town and the Abbey. Told me that you might be the best person to ask about Christmas early history. Yeah, we'll say that one. I understand you are a busy man, but we would be most appreciative of any information you could give us. If you know of any other places where we might learn about the Abbey's history, we appreciate it. I know it may be a small comfort, but there are many in Tanzing who regret what happened during the revolt. Sister Gertrude is still here with the poor Claris Order of Contemplative Nuns, and she speaks fondly of the old Abbey. Thank you for your help, Magdalene. Letter 1. Esther, please forgive me for not writing sooner. So much has happened since I last wrote. Even though my last letter wasn't a route to you, Dad was attacked in the workshop in the middle of the night. He survived, thank God, but his injuries are terrible. I worry about him. He's so dizzy he can't get out of bed. Some days his eyes become foggy and his memory fails him. Dr. Stoltz said that he's not going to recover, and it's only a matter of time before he succumbs to the injury. He's going to do the best to make things comfortable for Dad. I'm glad he's here to help. I have no idea who could have wanted to attack my father or why. I found a note by him, too. All it said was stop. It wasn't from the shop because the script was written in the most elaborate hand I've ever seen. No one in Tassing has such skill in script as far as I know. And anyway, I don't have the time to wonder about it. I have my hands full running the workshop alone while tending to Dad. What's more, the town council intended to cancel the mural entirely. I had a hell of a time convincing them to let me paint it instead. That made me fuss about being too young. They made a fuss about me being too young, not experienced enough, not strong enough to be on the scaffold. You know how it is. I suppose I shouldn't have expected any better of them. Working on the mural has become a welcome distraction from the naysayers and my chores. And worrying about Dad. Otts has been come over under the pretense of helping me prepare my paints, too. It's sweet and I'm glad for the company. He makes the days easier. I'd like to have the whole mural finished by Christmas if I can. I just want to finish it in time for Dad to see it. It would mean so much to him. What the heck? Oh, okay. Dr. Schultz is right. I don't know how long I'll have. I hope you're faring better than we are here. All my love, Magda. Alright. Are we going to bed now? What time is it? I think it's too dark. Oh, go to sleep. Okay. Is somebody gonna try and kill us tonight? Few more letters for you. Nice. Take care. Thank you, sir. Safe travels. The first letter is from Reverend Matthew. Hey, look, it's that guy. I was not acquainted with the family during my years at Curacao. Even so, I remember your father was one of the townsfolk who prevented the peasantry from burning us alive. I am not overly inclined to assist the people of Tassing as their endeavors to catalog the origin of the abbey they destroy. However, it was a long time ago. In the interest of posterity and the Christian charity, I will tell you what I recall. Sometime after the Romans left, Christians settled in the region and built Curacao Abbey on the ruins of a fortress. The abbey was founded by a noblewoman of the Curacao family. She was both its patron and its first abbess. Perhaps 2 centuries ago, Curacao changed to being run by an abbot. I do not know the reason, but many other double monasteries did likewise around the same time. May have been done out of the fear of being shut down, as double monasteries were frowned upon by the Pope. Sadly, that was the extent of my knowledge. Your neighbors put any other records about the abbey to the torch. Thus burned the history of Curacao. While we cannot change the past, I have heard the sisters of the poor Clares have formed a new chapter at the abbey. I can only hope that their love of apostolic poverty has not... What's that? It calls for followers to live without owning personal property or accumulating money. While it was condemned by the Catholic Church, its defenders claim the practices are based on the lives of Christ and the apostles. Okay. Weird. Seems like a weird thing to condemn. Assuming they have not consigned the contents of Kersal's former occupants to the bonfire, you may find something there. It's hard to be overjoyed by the news of your neighbor's late regrets. Many of the injuries inflicted 18 years ago will never heal. Regret cannot undo what has been done, but we can find redemption through Christ. We must pay for love. We must pray for love and reconciliation in the days ahead. In the end, that is all that matters. Winter comes swiftly. Okay. Huguenots and Lutherans. Plague my homeland. Thank the Lord. You still live around ruled by the one true church. I hope this has been some help to you and yours. May God help and protect you. Most Reverend Matthew, blah, 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 blah. I mean, that was slightly helpful. Another reply. Oh, Magdalene. I am terribly sorry to hear of your father. My parents send their deepest condolences. If we need to provide you anything from Pog, you need only send word. I know we are further away than is easy to travel, but I will see what we can do. I will see that we can do what Hisham, literally the name in Hero, allows. Father says that he remembers no one who would want to harm your father. Yet the night I was born, he remembers. Oh, it's her. I know who this is now. He remembers great strife in town. This is the baby. This is the baby that was born that day. She's the baby. Perhaps theirs is old blood over depicting the night of the revolt. That is all I could suggest. We pray for you and your father every day in our offerings. Hashem will make all things right in time. We will exact justice on the culprit. I am encouraged to hear that the town council let you continue the mural at all. The guilds here would protect your right to complete a job, especially once a contract has been reached. You give the men of council too much grace. Why should you be forced to settle for their ways of thinking? We live in a new age. An age where art and science have come together. An age when all may read the works of the great sages in their own language. Surely, when your father recovers, I urge you to come visit me in Prague. But I am glad you found some joy in the work on the mural. We are all well here. Alicia has been carving a new set of woodcuts, and Father has agreed to a new contract with the university. I found Simond. His family didn't move far away after all. He's planning on working as a doctor in the city once the expulsion order ends. His parents have been meeting with Mother and Father quite often now. So I hope that I will be sending good news in the next letter. With Hashem's help. Please inform us of your father's condition in your next letter. Be well. Esther. Is he still alive? That's all the letters I have for now. I should head home and check on Dad. Good morning, Magdalene. I am here right on time. I hope you are well. Well enough. How is my dad? That's what we were about to discuss. How are you feeling, Klaus? His fever broke at dawn this morning. That's good news, right? All things in time. I still feel weak. The dizziness has not receded. My head continues to spin whenever I try to sit or stand up for too long. Occasionally I am struck with a sudden and severe headaches. The damage runs deeper than I first thought. Let me be honest here with both of you. I am worried. The circumstances are not unfolding to our benefit. Klaus, your health is not mending. Perhaps it is due to your age. Perhaps we have passed numerous critical days with no change for the better. Meanwhile, the winter draws closer, and I'm running low on medical supplies. With the roads in town likely sewed in, especially the pass, Supply shipments will not arrive for months. Man, now I'm worried that this guy's the murderer. Have you asked Gertrude for help? I have. Truly, I'm surprised. I didn't think you'd ever take... Truly, things really must be dire. They are not insignificant. It has been a difficult year, even with the patrols in Bavaria. Many merchants have been struck by bandits. French troops have periodically raided the western holdings of our empire. With the fall of... Oh, man. Estergom. And whatever that word is, to the Ottoman Turks, many trade routes from the east have been cut. The pillage of Nice by Barbarossas and our losses in Italy have also put us into predicament in the south. As always, we suffer from the wars of others. The Empire struggles, but can't you gather supplies around here? I will do what I can, but our options are limited. I wish I already had a copy. I wish I already had a copy of this book. In the meantime, Klaus, Magdalene, pray to God. I must take my leave. I will come by again next week. I thank you, Dr. Stoltz. I thank you as well. I'm only doing what I am meant to do for this town. Stay out of trouble, Magdalene. He worries too much. I'll be alright. Do you want anything to eat before I leave for the day? I'm working on the next section of the mural today. I'm not hungry right now. I'll be alright. Your letter from the Archdeacon. Yes, that's right. What did you learn from him? He seemed sad over what happened during the revolt, hesitant to tell me anything. He didn't have much to say. He was still upset about the Abbey's destruction. Yeah, there we go. He did say that the Abbey was founded by a noble woman after the Romans left. Everything else was burned in the fire. How unfortunate. I know the brothers kept careful records of the monastery. So much lost in one night. The Archdeacon did suggest that poor Clarice might have held onto some of the records from the convent. I should be able to learn more about Tanzan Christian history there. An excellent place to start, Magdalene. Sister Gertrude doesn't come out of the convent much, but I think it's worth asking her. Maybe Father Thomas knows something too. I should talk to him. If I recall correctly, the miller's wife has a long family history. She may know something of the local history that the others have forgotten. Else, I thought she moved here when she married. She doesn't have any relatives in town. Not anymore. Age, illness, and marriage took the rest of her family. But they live up and down the valley. Go talk to her, I will, thanks, Dad. Maybe something remained in the Abbey's ruins. I should probably see what's left. Magdalene, you be careful. Those ruins are dangerous. I won't go far into them, Dad. Just take a look. Alright, wear a scarf too. It's getting cold out now. I can feel it in my bones. Don't worry, Dad. I'll see you tonight, alright? Alright, good luck. So somebody tried to murder me. I just would like to know that. Sunday frogs. Someone tried to murder me. Hey, how's it going? Magdalene, dear. Hello, Clara. Thank you again for helping me look after the house. Can't tell you how much more time this gives me to work on the mural. Oh, it's no trouble. You have your hands full as it is. You know, Dad really enjoys the company while I'm working, too. Ah, yes, he sleeps most of the day, but he's been in good spirits whenever I drop in on him. You two keep a clean house, too. Well, aside from the workshop, but I can't blame you for that. I've left that to you to take care of. I don't want to damage any of the supplies. Thank you, Clara. Truly, it's been such a blessing for both of us. Oh, you're such a dear, Magdalene. God bless you. Okay. I mean, seems good. So who should I talk to first? I feel like the Miller... Oh, yeah, I feel like maybe we should talk to the Miller person. That's like... Hey, look, it's a person. It's a dog. It's a dog. We can pet the dog. The dog likes to be pet. He's a good dog. Magdalene, dear, what brings you up the hill? I wanted to ask you some questions about your family. About your family for the mural. Dad is telling me that your family's been in Tassing for hundreds of years. Oh, is this for the mural? I'm not sure I want to get mixed up in that. I won't depict your family specifically if that helps. You're one of the few people who knows anything about the town after the Romans left. The Malers have been a pillar of Tassing for generations, yes, although I'm afraid I only know a little bit about them. And much of that I've heard from others. Lionheart didn't care to talk about the past. I meant your family, the one you were born to. Your family name was Cavazel, wasn't it? Oh. Not a soul in town has asked me about my family in years. I was beginning to think my neighbors had forgotten us. I'm not surprised your father remembers the Cavazels. He was sweet on my sister before he met your mother. I am the last of us now. Last of us left now. What happened to your family? My elder sister married out of town to a man in Innsbruck. I was told she died of a fever shortly after giving birth to her son. I'm so sorry. Yes, well, it was a long time ago. I wish I could have attended her through her birth and healing, but Lionheart needed me at home. Whoops. Yeah. I lost my brother, too, that year. What happened to him? So strange. He nicked himself while shearing the sheep, and 3 days later, his arm swelled up and a black ulcer swelled into a wound. It didn't pain him, at least at first. He took the fever and passed in his sleep. The town didn't have a doctor at the time. No one knew what to do. That's awful. Yes, well, we have Dr. Stolz now, for all the good he does us. And your parents? You mean... Do you mean to put this all in the mural, Magdalene? No, I'm just curious. I'd like to know you better. Ah. My father. His temper led him down dark roads. My parents struggled to love each other as husband and wife should. God called them back to heaven. There's not much else to say. God called them back to heaven. In any case, my grandfather told me that Cavazils have lived in Tassing for hundreds of years, perhaps even 1,000, though it seems impossible to imagine a time so long ago. Were they Romans? No, they were part of the old people, the old Bavarian people. They helped to resettle Tassing after the Romans left. But they built their new home right on the spot where they had been living when the Romans arrived. That's a remarkable story. It reminds me of Parzival's quest for the Grail. He was driven from the court of King Arthur and wanders the countryside honorless. He meets a holy man who brings him to God, and though regaining his honor, Parzival completes his journey to the Grail. What a lovely idea. When I think of the ancient Cavazils driven from their land only to find it again and becoming Christians, they feel nearer to me. Do you understand? I think so. It's like when my dad tells me stories about courting my mom. I don't remember her face, but when he tells me about her smile, I almost recall it. Yes, it doesn't matter whether you really remember. When I sing my father's favorite songs to Ulrich, I may not know all the words anymore, but that's all right. Just as I know not, just as I may not know exactly how we resettled Tazing. What matters is that I feel close to her and them, even though they are so far from me now. And that is what stories are for, Magda. Now go on. You've got a Merle. This did not help at all. Thank you. You've given me much to consider. I'll be honest, that didn't help. Hey, it's this kid. Magdalene! Hello! What are you doing? Watching? Very well, keep up the good work. Work, ha! Just like Mom! I will work now. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, Anna, how are you? Oh, keeping busy. There's always plenty to do around the house. How's the mural coming? Paul mentioned your progress is quite impressive. Oh, I'll have to thank him. That's high praise from a councilman. Truth be told, he enjoys following your progress. I'll have to bring Andreas and Ulrich by sometime to see. Hey, we won't get in your way, of course. I'm sure you'll love to learn about the process. You're all more than welcome, but watch your step. There's plaster everywhere. I've just mixed a new batch to keep the wall moist. It's hard to maintain the right texture when it's cold out. Oh, I can imagine. I had a similar problem when I helped my mother run the bakery. Rolling dough in the winter was so much trouble. We had to throw out so many batches that wouldn't rise. Your discipline is admirable, Magdalene. You know, I was a real rascal back in the day. Skipped on working with my parents more times than I can count. But you're so hardworking, Anna. I can't imagine you making trouble. It was funny to consider, isn't it? I was a thief and scoundrel. Started with cakes from my mother's table, still hot from the oven. Soon it was silverware, mugs, trinkets I found around town. Oh yeah, she's the one that found the book! Or the whatever. She took the note. Eric's little hat once belonged to Andreas Maler, your father's friend. I stole it from his head. Or stealing is against the Lord's commandments. Oh my gosh, that's Andreas's hat. So my father would make me return everything if I hadn't eaten it already, and march me to the church to pray. Father Thomas grew accustomed to seeing me more often than Sunday mornings. What changed? I grew out of the habit over time. I think I started to see why my parents had so much devotion to the Lord. Stealing was my way of acting out. When the trouble started to tell, I realized that my thieving wasn't doing any good, so I decided I'd rather honor my father and mother as God commands. It gives me grace that Andreas and Ulrich on the hard days. And with the rest of the town, too. I think everyone can learn from your example. Hopefully, from my present one, rather than my past. Haha. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I'm sure you have plenty of mural work to do. See you later. Later, nerd. Where we go this way? Can we go this way? Meadow. No! Hey, it's Spoony Carl! What's up with Spoony Carl? But it's so beautiful here, Martha. One more moment. Alright, take your time. Oh, hello, Magdalene. Dad, look who it is. Good morning, Mr. Zuckerman. Hello, Martha. Hello, Spoony Carl. How are you doing today? On our usual walk around town, November hasn't gotten too cold yet. Dr. Stoltz says Dad needs to keep using the leg or the pain will get worse. I'm getting old. Ah. So old you can't sit around at home telling stories. You're about the same age as my dad, aren't you? Klaus has always been too stubborn to grow old. Shame shame what happened to him. So if you're not stubborn too, no arguments from me there. Peterson, you're in a good mood today, I see. Peter survives through sheer stubbornness. I thought that's what Werner and his ghastly tools were for. And then leeches. God, the leeches. Where does he even find them around here? I have no idea. Ugh, they're horrible. Cold and wriggling. Just like the doctor's fingers. Dad. He's the kind of man I wish Anton... Who's Anton? Would have grown up to be. Ah, Anton, my poor boy. It's alright, Dad. I'm sorry, Carl. Oh, it's that kid. It's not your fault. Just a babe, then. I can't. It's my fault that he died. It's not, Dad. You know that. You know it's not. He shouldn't have been with me that night. He shouldn't have... I was a fool. Let him continue. The avenue was engulfed in flames. The heat, you wouldn't believe it. Sheared the hair off my eyebrows. I was bleeding. Anton tried to drag me out of the fight. Then that godforsaken Landsknecht stepped between us. I hope he burns in hell. Okay. I can't even imagine what that was like. How old were you during the revolt, Martha? 7 or so. I didn't understand what was happening. Someone brought Dad home in the middle of the night. It was dark, confusing. There was screaming outside. Mom and a couple of men who brought Dad in were trying to patch up the wound, but it still wouldn't stop bleeding. He kept shouting, "Where's Anton? Where's Anton?" There was blood on the floor. You cried so much you threw up. We couldn't get you to stop. Didn't understand where Anton had gone. Dad tried to explain, but... Martha, my dear, enough of that. I'm so sorry. How did you go on? Did I? I don't know. Some nights I think I'm still here. The Abbey is always burning. My Helena passed not long after. I was left alone with Martha to care for. May Lord bless and keep her, as she keeps your mother, Magdalene. I had to keep going for Martha, and somehow my daughter grew into a wonderful woman despite it all. I suppose it was all Helena's doing. Dad, if I'm any good, it's because of you. Thank you for telling me about the night, Carl, Martha. Time doesn't heal, Magdalene, but it does dull the ache. It's time we continued with the walk, Dad. Yes, dear, I'm feeling much more alive now. Be well, you two. Alright, well that was worth a talk to Spoony, Carl. Spoony Carl. I actually forgot you could go to the mill this way. Hey, can we check out the guest house? No, it's locked. It's kinda overgrown too. As does that. I should talk to since before the. He'll tell me how to come in history for the mural. Well, that's what do you know? That's exactly where I was going. Here she is. Look at her. She looks like a, I don't know. God bless you, Magdalene. Hello, sister. I have a favor to ask of you. Of course, Magdalene. I will help however I can. I have a book. The Historia and I can't read it very well. Can you help me translate it? Oh, I'm afraid my Latin isn't good enough to translate something like that. Its grammar structures are far too complex. I'm sorry, Magdalene. That's alright, sister. I'll find another way. There's one more thing, if you don't mind. It's about the rat house mural. Oh, did you need more paint? I believe I have enough gulls stored away. No, thank you, sister. I have more than enough paint. I wanted to ask you about the history of Curacao, actually. I'd like to include the Abbey's founding and history of Tanzing saints to the rat house mural, and my pillow thingy fell off. I wrote to Reverend Matthew since he lived at the Abbey, but wanted to see the place firsthand. Oh, Brother Matthew became a reverend, did he? He was always suited to such a role, but I don't suppose that's what you came up to the hill for. You're curious about the saint's history, yes? Yes, I was hoping you could show me around the convent and tell me about its history. The poor Clarice won't allow outsiders within the convent, even other women. Mother Francisca wouldn't like anyone coming in for such a worldly concern. I understand. However, Mother Francisca always welcomes those who are considering joining the order. If a young woman sincerely considers joining the convent, she may be allowed to enter and observe the sisters. Who knows what else she may discover while contemplating the holy life, I've always been drawn to your veil, sister. There's something about the fashion. Joining the convent will take some time. I have other things to do first. Okay. Hey, it's a cat. I guess technically it's been 18 years, so all the cats that we saw... Hey, look, it's a little kitty cat! It's a little kitty! Alright, nothing in here. So you have to pretend to be... Or we have to feign interest in being a nun? Or a sister? Not... Hey, here's you. You've been hoping to speak with me? Do you perhaps have a moment? Of course. How can I help? I heard that you have taken up the mural after your father's terrible attack. Yes, that's right. What of it? Your enthusiasm and insistence is most troubling to some people in town. Some people? Yes, Magdalene, myself included. I understand how you must have struggled with your mother's passing while you were so young. Without a maternal figure to guide you, it is no wonder your spirit has wandered and wavered from its nature. I'm not sure what you mean. The pursuit of such trades is not for women, but men, as Paul writes. God calls women to work at home, not in trades. While supporting your father is laudable, taking on his work is imprudent. There are plenty of young men in Tanzing worthy of you, or perhaps you have a different calling. I'd like to offer you a place here among the sisters. I understand you may disagree with my choices, but I am not going to stop painting the mural. How unfortunate. I still have high hopes for you, Magdalene. God bless you. I will not insult her, even though I should. Yeah, that would be +1 for the cat counter for sure. Alright. We have to go see... Yeah, it looks like burning. I guess we can't go in here. It tastes like burning. So oh, I see. So the only part of this place that's still left is the convent. Oh, we can't go into the abbot's house. Okay. And I think that's really all we need to do then. We need somebody to translate this book, but I feel like that we could save that for another time. Like, are there any other, oh, we can talk to Father Thomas. But I don't want to talk to him about the book. So... Alright, I'm gonna try and go to... Yeah, they burned it good. They did. I mean, they burnt the books in the library. I feel like they didn't really have any fire code back then. So, you know. And no, you know, no fire department either. Can I run? Oh, I can run. I can hold shift to run. The heck, man. This changes everything. See if I can ask him to translate this book. You have a moment? Only one, I'm afraid. What can I do for you? I came across a book about the history, and I was hoping you could help me read it. Oh, no, not today. I'm far too busy for that at the moment. I have hands full for the Christmas sale, you see. Of course, sorry to bother you. Okay. Well, that's not gonna work. Well, it's either gonna be Father Thomas or the doctor. I guess. But he looks busy, too. How can I help you? Hello, Dr. Schultz. I have a book here, and I can't read it very well. I was wondering if you could help me translate it. If you bring it after Christmas, I may be able to help. I have too much to do right now. Yep, the only person that can help is Father Thomas. Till later. Yep. Okay. That's why it's an objective. I understand now. And Father Thomas, of course, is not doing anything because he's a Father Thomas. You think the oh, here he is. God bless you, Magdalene. God bless. Do you have a moment? Of course. What can I help you with? I wanted to ask you about Tanzing Saints. I'd like to represent them in a rat house. I'm thrilled to hear it. The Saints will make a wonderful centerpiece for the murals. I may incorporate them, but there are other... not simply as part of the history. Oh, of course, I consider the Saints to be central to their history. Cursaus, too, but, you know, there's one saint you're overlooking. Why, the Blessed Virgin, of course, Mary. Many people forget that Mary is the greatest saint, and she visited one of the peasants here in Tanzing centuries ago. The Virgin Mary appeared? Why? She appeared to give a message. Centuries ago, a farmer in the fields behind us had 3 visions of Mary. In the first, she told him that she wanted him to help the bishop of Rising that she had appeared. The peasant traveled down to Freising, but the bishop would not see or hear him. That's not a short trip. It certainly is not, but the peasant had received a holy vision. What else could one do in the face of a divine revelation? Maybe the Blessed Virgin should have appeared to the bishop. Magdalene. Sure, signs are often given to common people, and it is not our place to question divinity when it manifests plainly before us. Yep. Anyway, the peasant returned to Tanzing and had another vision in the field. The Virgin showed him a pattern, a labyrinth. She told him to draw it on a sheet of birch bark and bring the drawing to the bishop. Why didn't she just give the him the labyrinth the first time. Oh, keep listening. The bishop attempted to turn the peasant away, but he could see the drawing of the labyrinth in his hands. It was the same image that the bishop had seen in a dream 3 nights earlier. He met with the peasant, who told him of the 2 apparitions he had seen here in Tazing. The bishop was moved by the peasant's story, and he came here. The bishop came here? He did. It's the only time the bishop has ever come to Tazing. And then the bishop came, Mary appeared to both of them. She told the farmer that the town needed to build this church. She told the bishop to support the town. I had no idea that's where all of this came from. It's not a story I tell much anymore. I suppose the people here think Moritz and Satya think of Moritz and Satya, their connection to this place. Mary is such a core part of their prayers, they forget about our particular Mary. But in any case, Our Lady's demands were clear, so the bishop helped fund the creation of this church. The people of Tazing have been using it ever since. Of this church, right here. You're not from Tazing. How did you hear this story? True, I am not. The people told me when I came. And the former priest told them when they were children, and so on. The priest and the flock have shared the responsibility of passing on the story over centuries. Thank you for the story, Father Thomas. Have I convinced you to include the saints prominently in the mural? I'm still considering it. Well, if deliberation fails you, perhaps you'll find the prayer gives you another clarity. God bless you in your work, Magdalene. God bless you, Father Thomas. But I have more stuff to talk to you about. What about the book? Of course, what is it? Well, I found this book, but I can't read the Latin. Can you help me translate it? The whole book? Oh dear, I can't afford that much time away from my duties right now. The Christmas sermon is coming up, and I've already fallen behind our Advent preparations. For the matter way, perhaps I'd be happy to look it over after the festivities. I suppose. Good. Okay, so nobody's gonna help me translate this book. Dead end. Okay. Dead end.
Boo earns. Boo earns.
Boo earns indeed. Okay, well, I guess I can't read the book. Interesting. I wonder what would have been different. Maybe I'll bet you if we wouldn't have had somebody else would have been alive, maybe we would have been able to do it. Well, I guess we're gonna go tour the church or something.